Hello and welcome. I am Bio, and today we are continuing with the Play It published games with Underworld: The Eternal War. Oh boy, this game's going to be an interesting one. This is the game I was referring to as the one with really poor reception. This game is generally considered to be absolutely horrendous, um, for the most part. So yeah, this is the one that I was referring to as being infamous out of the six that I'm looking at. Underworld: Eternal War was developed by Lucky Chicken, published obviously by Play It, and released in January 2004. It's an interesting thing to think that there is an Underworld PS2 game that was only released in Europe, and it did so poorly that, by the way, there was a planned PC and I think original Xbox release, but they got cancelled because of how poor this game was. But I'm not surprised. I'm going to be honest with you. I am not surprised, and I'll tell you why I'm not surprised. I had a quick look. I thought, hey, this time around I'll have a look at the developer, Lucky Chicken. They're the same company that developed the Aquaman GameCube game. And if you don't know, the Aquaman GameCube game is absolutely horrendous, and is rated to be like one of the worst games on GameCube. Yeah, that's a good thing. And it's also held up to be similar in terms of quality as Superman 64. Now that is what I call an absolute smear on an absolute smear. God. So yeah, my expectations of this game is incredibly low going into it. So dearie me, I feel sorry for the I feel sorry for the Underworld brand. Honest. Gore on, difficulty normal, hard. I don't know. I'll leave it on normal, right? I'm probably going to regret that decision, but whatever. I'm not going to bother with extras because obviously none of the extras are going to be unlocked more than likely. And let's be honest, this kind of game, especially with that intro, it leads me to believe that what extras are you going to get? Probably scenes from the movie. Okay, so we get to play as a vampire or a Lycan. So we get to play as either of these two characters. Okay, don't remember their names, by the way. And you're probably thinking, oh, what's your familiarity with Underworld? Oh, Celine. Oh, okay, we can play Celine, Dawn, Julia, Erica. Okay, so we have a few characters we can pick as. Well, why would I not play as Celine, the main character? Well, that's interesting. Oh, that's really low. Fantastic. We're just gonna steals from the movie. I like Underworld. Underworld was a good movie. The first two Underworld movies were good. I think after that they just kind of went a bit crazy. I have seen, I think, all of the Underworld movies. And they just kind of get more kind of crazy as it goes on. But the lore is interesting. It has quite a lot of lore going on and all that. But basically, vampires and werewolves live among us. I think Celine happens to get like infected or something, but she gets infected with like a very specific vampire like DNA or blood and becomes like this super vampire, something like that. Again, don't quote me on this. I'm just going off of memory. It's been a long time since I've seen anything Underworld related. Who knows when the last movie came out? That was the last time I like saw anything of it. Like Underworld, the movie. Who knows? 10 years maybe since I've seen it. I don't know. I'd say yeah. I'd probably say probably 10 years since I've seen it. More than likely, the movie. But let's have a look. So objectives: recover Lycan weapons research, kill the Lycan leaders, and eliminate the Berserk Lycan. Okay. Celine's blood quest for vengeance has spanned centuries and won't end until all the Lycans are dead. Okay. But then again, I'm probably more than likely completely wrong about the story because I don't remember. It's such a long time. Okay, so graphically speaking, it looks reasonable. We can turn and... Okay. Our guns can... We got... Okay, so we can kind of turn. R2 reloads. L1 jumps. Do we like have a dodge roll? Can you also go to fists? Oh, that's a... We also got to wait for the guns to come. Oh! Ooh. Also have like super sprint. I can also become Sonic the Hedgehog apparently. Fair enough. Okay. So far it seems okay. Apparently encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings. I don't know why this is causing you to have video encoding issues. Why is my gun gone? Oh, there we go. Interesting. Alright, straight off the bat, the one thing I will say is I think you kind of need unlimited ammo in this kind of game. I'm just going to be honest. The aiming is not good enough for it not to be. By the way, you're fighting against the analog stick a little bit, so you're moving around because you don't want to get hit, and you've got aim with the right analog stick. So you're going around like this, and you're trying to aim at the opponent. Let's say this girl here is the opponent here, the one I'm walking into. So you're going around trying to aim, and as you can see, Selena's not very fast at the aiming department. She doesn't move particularly. She can kind of like jolt between, but she doesn't always jolt between. And I would say that the movement isn't quite there. But you've got, I guess I know I've got quite a lot of ammo, but this is the kind of game I personally believe that really unlimited ammo is the only way forward. You have to have unlimited ammo. At least for the guns. Like I think we swapped. What do we get? Yeah, we got like an SMG here, right? There we go. We just swapped to the SMG. SMG, sure. SMG can have limited ammo because it's a pickup, you know. But these like dual-handed pistols we started off with in default as default. Realistically, they should be unlimited ammo, at least in my 22 cents. Okay, here we go. No, it's not impossible. It's just, yeah, it's like you do end up wasting a lot of bullets because you readjust and you take your hand off the analog stick because, well, the thumb off the analog stick because it does hurt after a little while. It does take a little bit. Like, I like that a car exploded. That's cool. Go. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, it's an interesting style of combat. I like the style of combat, but it's not refined enough. That's my 2 cents, if I'm honest with you. It really isn't refined enough. And it's not exactly great that we start the game just plowing through hordes. Like, this is the beginning of the game. You need to have it be more interesting than this. Just being honest, it's just not particularly interesting. We're in this like small little area, and just all this is just enemies just keep coming, and we just gotta shoot the enemies. Move around, shoot. 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 This is the game. There we go. I picked up a key, apparently. Oh, and a shotgun. But that's the game. That is the, you know, I imagine the entire game's going to be like that. There's not necessarily a bad thing, but there's just, like, this is the starting level. This is the level that you're supposed to get people invested in your game, to make people interested in playing. And you're seriously going to And I'm just saying, you're seriously going to just have it be basically a standard just walking path, and just have you just... It's very lazy. I'm just saying. Doesn't help that the music is very bland. Oh, car blew up. It is difficult to aim with the analog stick. I will say that much. It is definitely difficult to aim with the analog stick. I don't even know where these enemies are. Oh, they're dead now. Yeah, it definitely is difficult to aim with the analog stick. Because you're pointing, like right now, right? I am pointing forward. But obviously Celine is not facing the same direction as me. Like, Celine's gun movement shouldn't be based on where she's facing. It should be based on where my analog stick is. So she could be facing this way. If I flick up, yeah, no, look, I flick up and she's pointing slightly to the left. She's pointing like I'm literally, the analog stick is straight up north. Let's go by like north, south, east, and west. My analog stick is facing north, straight up. And yet she, as you can see here, look, she is facing north based on where she's standing. But that's not how the game should play at all. Shouldn't play like that. She should be aiming where my analog stick is aiming. Because she doesn't aim where my analog stick is aiming, it's incredibly disorientating. Why have you designed your game like this? It's really weird. Also, this should be really fast. It looks fast, but it's just... I feel like there's a slight delay as well. So not only is there like a slight delay for her moving, which it does feel a little bit like there's a slight delay, she doesn't face the direction you think. So you aim your analog stick towards an enemy, and you might be shooting at a wall because that's just not where she's facing. Very weird design. Very, very weird design that they've designed this game as. That shot that box. I wasn't even aiming at that box, but she shot it anyway. I also kind of feel like there's a little bit of auto-aim here. Like, well, look, look at her face. You saw her shooting the wall there. Like, literally, I'm aiming at the enemy and she's shooting the wall. Very weird. Right, he's dead. Cool, more ammo for the shotgun, I guess. We can use the shotgun. And it sucks, because this actual concept of game is actually really cool. I like this concept. This is a cool concept. Go this way. Oh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying that I'm wasting so much ammo simply because it's aiming where I'm not actually aiming. But like I told you, I think there's also a little bit of auto-aim. It locks onto things that are close to you as well. You'd have a better time aiming by just moving the... Oh, I'm out of ammo, am I? Okay. I'm not aiming with the analog stick at all. I'm simply just moving my character to be... There we go. He's dead. I'm literally aiming by putting my analog stick... There we go.
This is what I live for.
This is what I live for, apparently. So I aimed just then by simply using the left analog stick to aim instead of the right analog stick. And I had way more accuracy. That's poor. That is incredibly poor. I just can't believe that they had a design, right? Which is interesting, because there's not many games like this that play like this, at least in my opinion on the PS2. And they decided to screw it up. They decided to just completely screw it up. How am I already out of ammo for the SMG? Okay. See how I somehow have more accuracy by simply aiming with the left analog stick even. Yeah, all I'm doing is aiming with the analog stick that's used for movement. I'm using that to aim because I'm basically she shoots where she's facing, just ignoring the right analog stick's existence completely. But that's not that's not how you're supposed to play the game, I imagine. Like, why? Why have you designed it like this? Also, it doesn't help that there's no dodge button. Like, the square button, obviously... Oh, God, I didn't even realize I had this. What was she aiming at there? What are you aiming at? Very good. Shoot him. Yep. Shoot him. Who's left? Okay, he's dead now. I'm almost dead. Like, there's no... Like, again... The aiming with the right analog stick is very bad. Very, very bad. Coupled with the fact that you need some kind of dodge button as well. Because you could be moving around while using the right analog stick, as I'm doing now, to aim. But the aiming's not good enough. It's just not good enough. It is just not. Which is such a shame. Let's try and use... We got, like, a power-up, haven't we? We're not really utilizing. Enemies? Oh, I didn't realize I could use
This is what I live for.
This is what I live. Oh, it's a flamethrower. Yeah, look, you got all these different kind of weapons as well that you can play around with. Yeah, we'll just light him on fire, I'll be right. He's literally, look! The flamethrower just destroyed him. Alright. I've only played, like, the first mission. I'm not willing to play anymore, though. God. Like, the concept that they've created here is really good. It is really good. But the execution is terrible. It's so bad. No wonder this game is, like, hated so much. It's just the execution. Like, I'm not going to sit here and just shit on the game for existing and being bad. I'm going to give it, like, pardon me, bloody hell. I got really bad indigestion in a minute. I'm going to give the game critical feedback, right? Concept is excellent, really good concept, but unfortunately, right, the movement's fine. I got no issue with the movement, but the aiming is not where it needs to be. It doesn't work how you would think it would work. It works based on where Selena's facing, not where the analog stick is facing. So if you tilt the analog stick northwest, it may not go northwest. It may go east instead, or well, not east, but it may go west instead of northwest. Is what I'm saying. You know, you could tilt the analog stick up, and it'll be, like I said, up but slightly to the left. You know, without using nautical term, without using like north, south, east, and west as an example. So that's strike number one, because you're going to have an incredibly difficult time playing the game just on that alone. Then I personally think that the dual-handed pistols need to have infinite ammo. All the other weapons, not having that, fine, absolutely fine. I don't expect infinite ammo for the rest of the weapons personally. But it would have been a cool thing to introduce the weapons bit by bit by bit, because there's some cool weapons there. The flamethrower seems a bit OP though. I just wiped the enemy out so quick, the boss out at the end, like instantly with it. And a roll mechanic, like a dodge roll mechanic, would make the game immensely better as well. You know, you could get like surrounded, you can dodge roll out of it. So, but you have a power up to that blood power up to give you health back. You also have another power up to speed up, and another one I didn't end up using. So, like I said, the concept is here. It is here. They've made some good choices here, but they've also, yeah, they've made some good choices in the design, but then made poor decisions in the control department. Also, that having the first level literally be a corridor for you, and you just like shooting a horde of enemies at different points, not a very good intro to a game, if I'm honest. Like, you need more flair. You need to get people more interested, because even though, like I said, the concept's decent, the execution is very poor, like I said. So I'm going to call it there for Underworld, The Eternal War. Quite a shame, really, that it's that it's as bad as it is, if I'm honest. But I've been Bio. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.